Hello, listeners. Welcome to Classified. This podcast was brought to you by Junior Art Lab. Disclaimer. This series contains mentions of illegal substances and activity, as well as firearm usage. Viewer discretion is advised. The busy streets of Infinity City were packed to the brim with people. The drumroll of feet distracted Soruto Kouru as he tried to make it through the lunch rush. He was writing in his notebook like he usually does whenever he got a break from, everything, really. Soruto was still in college, and the struggle of that was really piling up on what he wanted to do. Okay, all I need to do is go to the cafe, get my coffee and sandwich, and leave. In and out. Just like one of those plans from the movies, Soruto thought to himself, speeding up. Oh god, those in-and-out plans never, ever go well. The pavement started to feel like glass. Every single step Soruto took, the glass would crack even more, until he fell down into the endless void. No, Soruto silently yelled at himself. Come on, Soruto, you're making this into a way bigger deal than it needs to be. He continued, You'll never accomplish your dreams and get hired by the government if you struggle to get a coffee at lunchtime. Ever since he was a child, Soruto dreamed of being a government engineer. He was a very good inventor, and by the age of 4, he was able to build a successful pulley with his little tinker toys. He thought back to when he was in the park, building things with the various toys, the sand, and maybe some wood chips and string he found on the ground. He remembered all the other kids looking at him weirdly, and the parents saying, "Large with sugar, right?" "Wait, what?" Soruto said out loud. Suddenly, he was back in the present, standing in front of the counter of the cafe. There was a woman standing there. "Large with sugar?" the woman asked again. "Oh, yeah, thanks," Soruto replied, still shook about the sudden snap back into the present. He went and sat down at one of the 3 free tables while waiting for his coffee. The news was on. It was just the weather, something Soruto found more on the boring side of the news. "Large with sugar, Soruto?" the lady at the counter said, holding Soruto's drink. He went back to the counter to grab his drink. He grabbed it and immediately pulled his hand away. "Ow, that burns," he said. "Yeah, sorry," the lady replied. "We serve our coffee right from the kettle." Okay, thank you," Soruto replied, and he went back to sit down and watch the news. He sat down on the seat, the sun rays going through the windows and shining off the rims of his glasses like a mirror. "We interrupt this program to sadly inform you that, despite our major security measures, illegal drugs have been smuggled into the city, and rumors have arose that a new big mafia is behind it. We need all the help you can get. It won't be easy. Come to Rose Tower by 12 p.m. on the dot. We will not accept people who are late." Soruto immediately ran out of the cafe and started towards Rose Tower. "Hey, don't you normally stay to finish your coffee?" the lady at the counter had started to say, but Soruto had already left the cafe. He raced down the streets, hoping he wouldn't be late. He could hear his heart thumping in his ears. He started to go faster. He was running out of time. 11:55. He started to feel like he was sinking into the ground again. "I'm not going to make it," he thought to himself. His heartbeat rose even more. 11:56. He started to sweat. He felt like he was drowning in the air. 11:57. 11:58. The air felt like bricks being poured onto him. He was sweating so much, it was almost as though it was raining. He sank into the ground even more. He was almost there. 11:59. Not quite there, he thought. I have to get to the tower. 11:59. 40. 20 more seconds. He started to run faster. 11:59:55. He got there. 5 more seconds, and he would have been done. He let out a massive sigh of relief. He looked up. There was an agent there. "Just in time," the agent said. She was wearing a black tuxedo with a red tie. Big black sunglasses blocked her eyes so well she could probably hide an entire pencil there and no one would notice. The outfit was nowhere close to Soruto's. Soruto was wearing a white hoodie with a green and blue plaid vest on top and big, baggy gray sweatpants. Of course, this was all now completely drenched in sweat. He follows the agent inside. He is seated at a table with a form in front of him. 2 other people sitting at their respective tables sit on either side of him. Soruto begins filling out the form. He gets to the age part and puts down 18. He looks up and stretches his arms when he notices something. A gray poster sitting on the wall. It reads in red text, "All signing up for the job must be at least 21 years old." He erases 18. He puts down 21. Soruto was willing to lie about his age to get this job. This was his dream. This was where he wanted to be. He completed the form, handed it in, and waited for an answer. "All right," the agent said. "Now I'm going to need to see your ID just to confirm your age." Soruto responded. I need it right now, sir, the agent repeated firmly. Soruto handed his ID over, hoping the agent would just take a quick glance at it and hand it back. The agent looked up from the ID and at Soruto. Soruto gulped, closed his eyes, and the next thing he knew, he was outside of the tower, staring at the agent. Kid, just don't come back, the agent said, closing the door. Soruto looked up at the tower. His face of sadness and fear changed to a face of determination. He knew what he had to do. Will Soruto get this job? Will he accomplish his dreams? Find out next time on Classified. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check out Junior Lab's other stuff. I hope that you enjoyed. Stay tuned.